spot a potential problem, dogs that could cause her to react. Step one is to stop moving. Stop walking, don't go the other way, just stop. Unless it's an emergency situation, stop moving. Step two, once you've identified where they are, pivot so that you're sideways to the trigger. Okay? I have now, by doing that, by turning sideways, I have created here a line in the sand, so to speak, with this leg. Okay? The third step, notice the first two steps are for the handler. I haven't dealt with the dog at all. Step three is for the dog. Okay? I'm going to get her up, but step three would be, come here. Step three would be once you stop moving, once you stop, you pivot sideways. No matter where your dog is, you're going to gently reposition her, gently. Okay? Until she's behind the line. Okay?
Okay.
If she goes forward of the line, past this line projected by my line of foot, I give her a quick tap. Doesn't have to be much, just tell her that was the mistake. And then if she doesn't put herself back, use the leash to guide her as step two. So step one, hey, that was a mistake. She either fixes it or she doesn't. If she doesn't fix it, step two, guide her back. As soon as she's behind the line, relax the tension on the leash. Don't want to hold her back or keep correcting her. As soon as she's behind the line, I want her to, that's the safe zone. You relax the leash, okay?
Okay.
She has 3 rules once she's here. The first one we've gone over already. Rule number 1, don't cross this line. If she crosses that line, or I can tell she's going to, tap, put her back, relax the leash. Rule number 2 for her, she can't cross the plane of your body. Meaning, I don't want her to take her eyeballs and to start looking at the target from behind. Dangerous, number 1. If she takes off, she's going to spin you around. You're going to lose the dog or fall down or break your shoulder or elbow. So I don't even let her, if I can tell she's going to go to look around me, I don't even let her eyes get this close. Same thing. Tap, reposition, relax. Rule number 3. Even if she's behind this line, even if she's behind this line, meaning she's correctly within this quadrant where she should be, she cannot be too close to me. I don't want her bringing her head and her eyes right here. Technically behind the line, but she's getting close and closer and closer to me. She's going to get more and more possessive or protective, defensive, and then she's going to lunge. So if I see her moving close, I don't correct her because there's no clear line, but I'll lift up on the leash, gently reposition, and again, relax when she's doing the right behavior by being in that quadrant.
Okay. And what about for moving targets? Since a lot of the times it's dogs that are walking, you know, let's say you're walking down the sidewalk or
Sure.
the dogs are even across the street.
Sure.
How do you...
There's 2 parts to that. That's an excellent question. There's 2 parts to that. Number 1 is you have to determine if you're going to be on a collision course. So if you're on the same sidewalk, right, and you're headed this way, you're on a collision course. So at that point, you either go up a driveway, stop, turn sideways, position the dog, let the person go by. You could go across the street. You could step out into the street, just depending on your situation. Yes, you have to deal with that. You can't put the dog in control position like this and then have the dogs walk by 2 inches. That's not fair, right? At least not now. She'll eventually learn to do it. So that's part 1. The other part of your question is, well, the angle is changing, right? So she's relaxing, so I'm not going to move her, but just follow me here. Let's say I stop. I put her over here because I see a dog there, right? But that dog is traveling down the sidewalk. So eventually that dog's going to get to a position where I'm no longer sideways to it. You keep the leg that's closest to the dog still. You pivot it a little bit, meaning you don't move it, right? You pivot it a little bit, and then you open this leg up, and now I'm sideways to the dog over there. So if you're walking down the sidewalk and you see a dog, oh, there it is, you're going to have to pivot a little this way. You'll have to pivot 2, maybe 3 times during the course of that dog's travel from there to there, so that you're roughly sideways to that dog. That's it.
Okay.
Then once the dog is calm, this is key, once the dog is calm, then you leave. She might be calm when she sees them and they're there. She might be calm there. The dog might be around the corner for 30 seconds or a minute before she calms down, but we don't go anywhere until she's calm. And if you keep that running, I'll show you the transition to the step we just did. You'll get both on tape. So now we've dealt with the storm, right? There go the dogs. She relaxes. We've dealt with the emotional response or the potential emotional response. Well, now that that trigger isn't there, we can go back to the skills training, which is teaching her to follow you on a long line, or in this case, just the end of this leash. So I'm going to tell her, let's go. I'm going to walk away from her. If she doesn't get up, I'll give her a tap. And then I go back to just moving away from her randomly, trying to get away from her like I don't want her near me. Okay. Now she's not emotionally triggered by these dogs, so I can work her, I can teach her skills, I can ask her to sit, and things like that. If she's emotional, you stop the skills training and you deal with the emotional response with the control position, steps 1, 2, and 3, till she's no longer emotional. Then you go back to what you were doing or back to skills training. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. And then the only other thing, which we talked about at the very beginning, is the whole personal space issue. And this happens, this is at home and everything. If she's stepping in front of you, like you see that right there? See how she put that paw there? That's not an accident. The fact she's leaning on me, that's not an accident. Keep your feet still. Little tap to let her know she made a mistake. Gentle guidance until her butt and body are at an appropriate distance. You should see a folded paw, or you should see her giving you space.
Okay.
Especially when you sit down. So if you sit down to watch television like this, and she comes up to you like this, correction, stand up, keep your feet still, move her out of your space gently.
Okay.
You do not need to be harsh with this dog at all. She's not a bad dog. She just doesn't know that that's a rule.
Okay.
So consistency and timing is going to be your best friend, not harsher or more firm corrections, just consistent. So now when I kneel down, all right, so she got excited, but she knows I don't think I'm supposed to come over there. Now I can invite her anytime I want, but she can't get overstimulated and anxious and then just invade my space. That's the key difference. So now I'm going to call her over. Come on, baby, good girl. And I'm going to pet her a little bit, okay? If she gets like this, jumps on me, turns her butt, I'm going to correct her, remove my attention from her, and she just lost the interaction. Within a few days to a week or so, she's going to learn how to control herself.
Okay, very good.
Yeah. So that's it. That's actually all 3 things right there on tape for you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.